Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick look here at AVAX to get a ton of requests this one. So we're just gonna have to update our fibs and kind of see what's going on, help understand best practice and big picture for situations like these, and just talk about potential for retracement too, because we are getting towards the top of this pattern here for Elliott Wave. So we'll go ahead and see if that's the case, and obviously double check a couple of things. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hope you can learn something today. Obviously, cryptocash.tech is a site linked down below if you're curious. You've probably seen my videos and you understand a little bit more generally about that, but I do have trade signals, an academy, and of course, an amazing community at our back here. So again, folks, if you want to join some really awesome traders, it's super fun. We have a great time. This weekend, we took some healthy profits. I got to brag about this a little bit. We have 2 AVAX trades open. One closed. 37% in 2 days here for a long position we took on Friday. And look at this, is a file short, of course, 60%. But AVAX 108 in 8 days. Okay, so our first target, from 43 to 52, 53, something like that range, we hit 107% there. Now again, we're taking more profit off the top. So I think we're getting close to our second target, if I'm not mistaken. Absolutely some awesome stuff here from AVAX. So thank you, AVAX, for making a ton of money for our community and just being an awesome tradable coin in this really ugly market. So what are we looking at here for back-end data? First of all, liquidation levels here, of course, I talked about this here. Do not short this coin, $61. We saw that nice little wick up here effectively to get that liquidation hunt satisfied, okay? So again, keep in mind when you're shorting coins like this, there's a pretty big emphasis on the fact that you're gonna get liquidated based on the current market trends we're seeing. This still has a very strong ascending channel, just like Solana, and there's no real reason to short against it. I know people are just looking for the right things so they can brag to all their cronies on social media, so how awesome they are with a 100x leverage trade. That's not how it works, folks. Keep in mind, this profit, 107% in 8 days, that's a 5x leverage trade. Actually, no, maybe it was 6x. We don't do anything more than 7 on altcoins, right? And then I do 10x leverage myself personally on Ethereum and Bitcoin only. Either way you look at it, low leverage, low position size allows you to survive these ebbs and flows and ensure that you are taking profit at the end of the day. All right. Again, with good TA, that's easy to do. So the long story short here, though, with the liquidation is that there's not a lot left above the price action. So hypothetically, the price should pull back because of the fact that we don't have a lot of people trying to short right now. Now, of course, give it a couple more days, people are going to start thinking it's a good idea, and we'll see what happens with that. But either way, for now, we got a significant amount of volume coming into this coin. You do not short coins that do this here. We look at history, and when every coin has a high amount of volume, the price continues to run. The only time in which you see it start to dissipate is when volume dries up. Okay, so pay attention to volume, folks. It's probably one of the best, most visual things you could actually look at. And I chuckle when I say visual because volume is technically an audible thing, right? But not in this case. It's a very, very tangible resource we want to utilize. So take a look here at the simple moving average. We're above all moving averages. Big surprise. This is one of the few coins that's doing that right now. No need to consider shorting this coin. Until we're under the 20-day SMA, I personally don't feel comfortable doing that. That's just kind of the way that it goes. Let's take a look here, of course, at RSI. Keeps peaking above and below 70, so generally giving us the idea that we're getting closer to a resistance range. Generally speaking, though, stochastic swinging down, but money flow index, look at this, 86. This is insanely high. Last time we had a money flow index this high was right here in this range for AVAX. Okay. This is the highest point that it came. So right here with all these nasty candle wicks, we saw the price action continuing even higher for another week and a half. Okay. So does that mean the price is going to stop and drop right now because MFI is high? No. It reinforces the fact that it'll probably continue higher. And also reinforces the fact that you shouldn't short this coin. I'm sorry. I have to say that multiple times in my videos, folks, because some people just get the wrong impression. They hear one thing and they run with it. And unless I constantly reaffirm it, it can kind of go in one ear out the other for some folks. All right, so let's quickly just draw this little line here. Again, running concurrent with the 50-day SMA, we can see that we have an ascending trend. Okay, now it's not exact, but it's close-ish, right? We got a nice, strong little channel here, for lack of better terms. And again, based this on volume, should sustain itself significantly. If we see here, of course, we see stochastic RSI swinging down for the first time. It's typically the second time that carries more weight, so just pay attention to that. This is the first stochastic swing. If you give perspective on the most recent divergence on stochastic, right? 4-hour time frame, we see that here. Look at the stochastic swung down, but the price goes sideways. It ramps up, and the next time, this is the second stochastic swing. Okay, you see it carries a little bit more weight, right? So we're at our first right now. Hypothetically, we could very well see this guy come up here. Okay, Again, this is a very crude drawing, crude illustration, but I think the probability of price going higher from here is greater, just based on the simple fact that people try to buy or sell based on those divergences, and that's not a confirming factor, folks. The volume is a confirming factor that the price is going to continue to sustain itself. Being over the 20-day SMA on all time frames is also a valid indicator. To me, there's zero reasons to short this coin. We're even plateauing on the MACD here, letting us know that this downtrend is probably not going to happen. Okay, so please look at the big picture, folks. It's screaming bullish convergence, and there's no reason to short this coin. We take a look, of course, same or similar scenario here on the hourly, right? Again, these trend lines are close, they're not perfect, but you can see that we're over the 20-day SMA on the hourly, and if we look at the Ichimoku cloud, we're going to confirm there's zero reasons to short this coin. I hope you're getting the drift or catching the heavy implications that I'm trying to put in here. But the bottom line here is that lagging expense free and clear, conversion lines above the baseline. We're well above the cloud. There would be the only reason why we want to consider shorting this coin is it continues to travel over here. And inevitably we break, actually probably even be lower. We want to see a closure below 57, somewhere in that range. Again, I'm spitballing here, but we want to be below the cloud and or the ascending trend line before we have confirmation to take a short, right? Now, even at that point doesn't mean the price is just going to drop. It could very well continue higher because Bitcoin could have successfully removed its head from its ass by then. So there's a lot of reasons why there's no reason to consider taking a short with this coin. If you're going to short and you're going to insist because you're a stubborn fool, I would highly recommend low leverage, low position sizing. Because if you're so tired of getting destroyed with your account, you're probably doing something wrong. And the common denominator that most novice traders have is that they use too much leverage because they see Tom, Dick, and Harry doing very well with it. You know what Tom, Dick, and Harry does? They don't post all their trades. They post the good ones, and you think that that's how the realistic version of cryptocurrency is. That is unrealistic completely, because good traders use less than 5% of their position size per trade, and they're not going to be massively leveraging everything. Okay, again, think about it this way: if somebody that you're following is a high risk trader, you're also going to inevitably be a high risk trader too. And if that doesn't fit your risk tolerance, and you're okay and you appreciate losing a lot of money, then there's a different story altogether. You might want to calibrate and rethink things. Anyways, not trying to say that we are the bee's knees, but we've had a phenomenal run so far. Granted, we do have 1 or 2 stop losses this month so far. I'm just be completely transparent. I'll send an update here soon, but last month we had 100%. And as you can see, a lot less shorts than long positions. Okay, majority of these profits that we're taking are to the upside. So there's a lot more profit margin trading long versus short. So just be careful. And again, you could probably say right now, oh, that's not true. Look at the sea of red here. Some coins are down 23%. That's very true, right? But if you're waiting for confirmation, you don't have to worry about those things. Okay? If you're building your trades and using good, proper risk tolerance, you also don't have to worry about those things because the ebbs and flows of trading shouldn't affect you. If you're stressed at the end of the day, you're doing it wrong. All right? That's just the bottom line. Okay? So what are you doing right? Well, let's emphasize that and let's work on that. If you want to jump on over and have some fun, have some good traders at your back, jump on over to our Discord. We got a good group of folks there. Thanks again to my admins for just being awesome parts of my life. Obviously, my community members too. You are the solid foundation of what we do here. It's all for you. But the same chord, there's still some different levels and different things you kind of need to learn over time. It takes a while to get here. I'm not perfect by any stretch, but I've been doing this for 20 years and I've learned a thing or two over the years. And I can tell you, proper risk management is probably the best and easiest thing to manage. But it's also difficult for most because they're not willing to take the effort. Anyways, thanks again for watching. I hope you learned something here today. Make sure you trade AVAX and other coins here, of course, on Bitunix exchange, link down below. If you use my link to register, you get automatically eligible for this trading contest. But more importantly, you also have phenomenal, significant benefit rewards. No KYC or VPN required for our US and Canadian members. So it's really awesome to check that out. So reference it in your own time. Thank you, Bitunix, and thank you too for being an amazing part of my life. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and or follow if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next one.